Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. If you guys would all just take a minute, I'm going to clear the air in our heart space at this time. Woo! How is everybody doing today? Today is July 19th, and tomorrow we are going to feel an energy shift. Mercury Retrograde has been going on for a few days now, and the reason why I haven't talked about or brought up Mercury Retrograde is because we had Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto's energy, and Uranus. Their energy was so intense, Mercury was faded in the background. As of tomorrow, Mercury's coming in with a full force, okay? Meaning, things from your past are going to come back up. Now, this isn't about like running back to the past or healing anything, okay? Because a lot of people kind of get upset when things from your past kind of trigger you again, and you think to yourself, oh my God, I thought I healed this. Well, this is going to be a little different. Think of your body as like a pressure valve. Think of all those times where you stayed silent when you wanted to say no, or when you wanted to voice your opinion, but you know what, you were like, for the sake of just keeping the peace, I'll just nod my head. All those times you smiled when you wanted to cry, all those times where you repressed something or you held yourself back. Maybe you wanted to speak your truth. Maybe someone told you something you knew was a lie and you just said, you know what, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Well, Mercury's coming in and saying, you know what? You're not. You're going to face this. So maybe something from your childhood, even though you might be like, you know what, I healed my childhood, I healed this. Something might come back, like it could be a song. All of a sudden, it just plays back in your head. Maybe you might start biting your nails again. Just something from your childhood's going to come back up. And basically, this is the time, especially like going into tomorrow. And I'm already feeling it today. In fact, I went outside. I got neighbors screaming at their kids. Your body, this is the point of explosion. Think of it like this. You need to let the pressure out of your body. So try to stay away from people because you don't want to project this explosion onto anybody, but think of yourself as a pressure valve. And now it's time, Mercury's saying to you, you got to let that out. Why? Because the things that you are holding on to, even though you healed it, it's exploding, whether you like it or not. And don't look, it's not about you did not heal. You did heal it. It's just, these are the moments, these little moments that are rising back up when you should have said something, or you should have did this, or you should have did that. The would have, should haves, and could haves, right? But instead you held it in, and all of a sudden now you're gonna explode. So honor that explosion. You might feel some rage. You might feel some anger, especially going into tomorrow. Things that might come up from the past, but honor those feelings first off and let it go. Let it run through you so that you can move on to the next level, let's just say. The energy of explosion will also bring, for people who have not mastered themselves and that run off of emotions, you know, I hate to say it like this, but this is a time, the energy in the next few days, starting tomorrow and a little bit into today, is going to bring out the abuse in people. Like some people might be very abusive. Some people are going to explode because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it, and they haven't mastered themselves, you know. We're all on different journeys, right? We're all on different paths. Some of us had to heal this when we were a kid. Some of us had to master ourselves because we had no choice, you know. So expect emotions to be running high, especially in the next couple days. The things that are going to come back from the past are going to be things that you already tried to do, but it did not succeed. The reason why it did not succeed was because that timeline was either stolen from you, or somebody else's energy interfered with it. Okay, so it's coming back around. Basically, the energy that's coming back around is, hey, you're going to have to redo this, but this time it's going to work. Why? Because of this, this, and this. And you'll see that as you move forward, okay? But the moment that it brings to your attention, you're going to be like, I've already tried this. I walked down this road. It failed like 8 times. And that's because someone tried to steal your destiny away or hinder your destiny. At the end of the day, you were still meant to do this. And the moment that you do it, and you're going to feel this pressure inside of you. And the moment you finally do it, your soul's going to be like, told you so, finally. You'll feel like a heavy burden lifted off you. I'll take an example from my life. And the thing, I'm very sensitive to energy, so things usually occur to me before the actual energy takes place. So with that being said, excuse me, I had to let something go. So with that being said, because I am going up against a group of men that, let's say, did not allow my business to prosper, let's just say, someone from my past came back around that I had to go out and I had to call the police. I have to get a PPO together. And I didn't want to get the PPO because why? I've been denied by the state of Michigan twice already. Or the city of, certain counties. I live in the state of Michigan, so we have different counties. And the county that I was living in at the time kept denying me. Well, I let it all go, right? Well, when you let it go, it kind of still hangs in the air, right? And anyways, this person kind of left my energy. Now he came back into my energy. So now I didn't want to do it, and I was angry about it, and I had so much other things doing. And you know what? I went and did it, and the moment that I did, and my soul just said, finally, thank you. And I was able to go to work, even though in my head with the series of events that took place, I was shaken up a little bit because it's creepy, and the things that are taking place and that this one person is doing, he's basically, it's called psychological warfare, right? Instead of spiritual warfare, a lot of these dark entities or empty vessels of a person like to play these psychological warfare games. So that energy is being heightened, so watch out for that, okay? Definitely protect yourselves, and if you need to, talk to a police officer and see what they say, because I'm going to tell you right now, I've talked to several, and just in the last 6 months, all of them had said, you need to do this. And I'm like, I've tried. I don't want to keep doing it because then I keep looking stupid and I'm wasting energy. Well, I finally did it. I'll know in the next 24 to 48 hours if I get approved or if it gets denied again. So we'll see. So I am definitely testing the energy right now, and I am assuming that because I talked to somebody, they told me, because they read everything, and they said, you know what? Now you finally have a series of events that have taken place, and now you're showing all of the abuse, and this has been going on for 7 years. So when I first started it, it was only going on for a couple months, and then I tried it again. That's only 6 months. So it's not enough to say, hey, this is a long line of abuse. This isn't going to stop. Now I have all that. So let's see what happens. I feel like the energy is in my favor. A lot of my legal issues have been going in my favor, and I'm gearing up to go against another group of men. So I got to get rid of this one so I can go to the other group to try to get some of my destiny or timelines back or be released from theirs. So I'm starting to see the clarity, and I hope within your life you are starting to see that clarity too. Anyways, let's just jump right on in. Let's see what the energy is going to give us in the next couple days. Now and in the next couple days. I hope that my story helps somebody else out there for, just to get clarity. I'm not saying it because, oh, poor pitiful me. No, it's not like that. Anyways, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are going to be opening up. So we got an archway. Doors are starting to open. Last night and into this morning, I heard 3 doors close. So then I also experienced the other night at my workplace. We always joke around about the ghost in the building. Well, usually when a spirit from the spirit world knocks 3 times, that usually tells you that something or someone is going to die. or a situation is going to end. So we were all talking about that last night. So anyways, the spirit world, what happens in the spirit world definitely happens here on earth. And we were all talking about that. So as above, so below. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. You might have to stick up for yourself this time around. Maybe you need to speak that truth finally, like I just did. Frying pan. Maybe you got some accusations coming up against you. Maybe people have been lying about you behind your back. I feel like this is going to be a backfire energy no matter, because your soul is like being it's not being recalibrated. It's being like, when that whole like pressure release, your soul is, there's a word for it. It's not recalibrating. It's doing something else. And you're basically going back to, it's almost like, I guess, remembering who you were or are before the accusations, before the edits, before all of the conditions that were laid into your head by other people, all the projections. So it's called soul something, not recognition. It'll come to me if it's that important. Carrot, an opportunity or windfall. Yay. Also changing your diet. Sometimes maybe, let's say you were in a traumatic situation with somebody, but you ate a certain thing. Sometimes the food you eat holds on to that energy because maybe it's that entity that did something, it symbolizes within that food. So maybe you ate a lot of candy, or because you were depressed because this person, or you ate cake or something, or ice cream. Every time this person came around, because it puts you in depression. And sometimes we link food to love, right? You're trying to fill a void. Well, maybe now when this person, comes back up, don't run to that. Switch it up and eat more vegetables. Don't eat meat for a week. See what happens. Like, it's basically a cleansing of that energy, right? So don't repeat what you did, but you might, because retrograde is saying, hey, we need you to do this again, and this time it's going to be different. You get to change that different. You get to make it different so that it will work. So you might have to go back in time and think, what did I do the first couple times, and that's why it didn't succeed. But now you get to do it again, but this time it's going to succeed. Why? See, look at this. Can't make it up. The star card, great success. You will succeed, okay? Seek out information that will help you. Seek out advice. Help is always around, but you just have to ask for it, right? Let's get one more card, or we're going to move on. A chain of events is going to affect your life, but it's going to affect your life for the better, because these energies are no longer going to be around you, because when we actually start this new beginning or move into the new era, everything from the era of a Pisces has to die. You might have somebody that's, the last card of the deck is pig. So the spirit of greed is around us. And that's what the era of Pisces was all about, greed, right? Anyways, let's get an advice card. What do we need to know? Give us an advice. What do we need to know to move forward for now into the next couple days? We got let it go. It's time to let things go. So that pressure, just let that energy run through you, You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and if you can't fully be present in your life, if you're holding on to this negativity, release it so that you can be free. Okay? That's what the 20th and then the next couple days is all going to be about. Let's get one more card from my fairy deck. And then we're going to move into tarot. Hold on. Something wanted to come out, but it didn't. We got spring. Your desires are fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. So we are not in spring season. So did something occur in the spring? Maybe you got to go back to the spring, or maybe next spring, that's when everything is going to fully manifest, because then we're going to be in a new season, right? Dietary change. See, I can't make that up. Change your diet this time around. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. You are what you eat, right? You want to eat bad food, you're going to feel bad. You want to eat good, healthy food, you're going to start feeling healthy and lighter. So definitely change your diet at this time. Also, I've been getting a sense, because I've been talking, like a lot of people around me has been talking about nutrition. A lot of our bodies with this energy coming in and the shifts of the earth, our bodies are now going to be like a little malnourished, because now we're moving into a higher frequency. You need different chemicals in your body, let's just say. So now, because we're leaving a dense era and moving into a lighter era, the dense food, let's say, now our bodies are kind of malnourished. Or like with this new energy coming in, maybe some of us like burn off something. Well, now we need to replace that. So you might find yourself snacking, but definitely look into your, like, if you eat something and it makes you sleepy or bloated, then that is something you should kind of stay away from. You want to be able to eat something and it makes you feel lighter. You know, you won't feel tired. If you're eating something and you feel tired, it's too heavy. So you need to find something lighter, you know, fruits or vegetables. Definitely talk to a doctor, because I am not one and I do not know. Everyone's got different dietary needs, right? Like I can't eat protein, but my son can all day long. That's what he burns. I can't digest protein and I don't burn it. But I can eat all the carbs in the world and I can burn that off and have like awesome energy all day long. And let's say my son, he can't eat carbs like that. So you just got to find what your body wants and needs and kind of go in that direction, right? Anyways, let's move forward. What do we need to know for now into the next couple days? Mercury retrograde. We still got Saturn in retrograde. We got Neptune in. All the planets are almost in retrograde, I think, except for Mars. Mars and Uranus. Sorry, I couldn't resist. If you can't joke, I don't know what to tell anybody. Anyways, the Emperor came out doing the right thing. Are you transforming into becoming the Emperor? Anyways, there is an emperor or a police officer or somebody in power that's going to make this family very happy, okay? Maybe you are the emperor and you're going to make your family very happy. Maybe you're going to do the right thing. Or maybe you're this emperor and you don't have a family, but you're finding your emotional fulfillment. This is the 10 of Cups. This is pouring back into yourself. This is unconditional love. This is having it all with emotions and love, okay? So this is balance. Things are coming back into balance. Let's move forward. Somebody's soul out here can't rest. Are you not sleeping? Somebody's soul cannot rest. Maybe there is a family that their souls can't rest because something happened. Maybe they did something to this emperor. Remember to take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else to pick up. Not everything's going to resonate. These are just general readings. This is just whatever comes out. And I get it. Not everybody's lives are crazy. Mine is, but not everybody's. Actually, my life actually really isn't crazy. It's the people around me that want to make it crazy, right? So I had to have self-mastery. I had to learn that at a very young age. Why? Because people might have taken something from you. Maybe they took advantage of you. They took more than they gave. Maybe this family or people in your family, their souls can't rest now because they know what they took from you. Could be time, money, energy, your innocence. This is psychological warfare, spiritual warfare. But the secrets are coming out. What what's done in the dark comes to the light. If you are in any court proceedings, what's done in the dark will come to the light. Especially if you're in family law of any type of sort. Maybe somebody's soul can't rest because now the secrets all came out. But when I get this card, I always think, hey, God's got something to say. This is the Hierophant card. Maybe if you are an emperor, you're an older male, you're doing the right thing, you got a happy family, you got some emotional fulfillment going on there, there's something about you, your soul can't rest, maybe God is going to point you to something, okay? Maybe you need to pay attention, get closer to God. Or Jesus. I was just talking about that to someone the other day. The last couple days, everybody at my workplace was all talking about this. Like, man, some people really need some Jesus in their lives. And that tells me a lot of people were going through something. So, God's got some. God wants you, everybody, to keep moving forward. You do have. God knows you. Everyone has the strength to move forward, but you are going to be moving. God might guide someone to actually pick up and move. If you are in a legal situation, keep moving forward because you're going to get a victory. God is also saying that He is trying to move you out of the way because of this is abuse. This is manipulation. If you keep heading in that direction of abuse, no one's going to help you. No one can help you. God even Himself can't help you if you can't. If He's trying to direct you to get out of the situation, but you keep putting yourself back into it, nobody can help you, not even God Himself, because you won't move. So pay attention. We all have intuition, and you are being guided so that He is trying to help you. Hey, I'm trying to help you here. Let's move you out of that situation. I know a lot of people like to think like, you know, a lot of people, they don't know what unconditional love truly is. And when you grew up with all of this, let's say trauma, you don't know what's good or bad for you because you're used to it. Well, God might be waking you up saying, hey, come on. Let's go. It's time to go. Anyways, you do have the strength to move forward. Again, God doesn't put situations that we can't handle. I was at my breaking point just literally yesterday. I thought I was going to have a mental breakdown. But the moment that I did it and then I got to work, everyone in my workplace was really happy to see me. And because they were happy and making jokes, that is who I am. It's almost like I found my little circle, and all of a sudden I started cracking up laughing and I wanted to cry. Just because I was so happy to actually laugh again. You know what I mean? So you might fall into that. That might actually happen to you. Be very cautious because somebody might be wanting to take action. Be cautious if you have a younger fire sign male around you, or if you are a fire sign male and you plan on taking action, be very cautious. But you do have clarity. You might be taking action. You do have clarity, but you do need to be cautious. What is destined and fated at this time? If you have the Queen of Swords, maybe you are the Queen of Swords in reverse. See? Usually the Queen of Swords is someone who is lying to themselves, not being truthful and honest. Usually bitter and jealous. Usually has a motive behind them. Definitely not honest. Usually likes to stir the pot to gain the upper hand. Usually likes to lie and set things up to watch a chaotic mess happen in front of them. But what's destined and fated is that this woman can clearly see that she is no longer has the upper hand. So either you are going to separate yourself from that person, or that person is separating themselves from you because they are no longer triggering you. If you are a fire sign younger male, you are destined and fated to leave this type of woman or energy behind you. And it's almost like God saying, dude, hurry. Hurry, because time's up. Why? New beginnings. A lot of us are going to be stepping into the unknown. So we got timelines that are about to change, and it's not going to make sense. And some of these timelines are going to be scary because you are going to step in the unknown. You don't know. It's going to be a timeline that you jump into that you won't have a safety net. You're going to be in the unknown. You don't know what's on that other side. But why are you being guided to it? You're not going to have that clarity just yet. But it is going to be exciting if you follow it, because it's something that your soul... Look at it this way. Why are all of these planets in retrograde right now? Well, a lot of us were on the same path, let's just say. And a lot of us, as we were moving on our paths, people came in and delayed our destiny, took our paths, and tried to make it their own. Well, you can't do that. God in the universe isn't going to allow that. So what has to happen? These timelines have to come back around, because you were meant to do this one thing. You were meant to, go down this path. Certain things were meant to happen, but even though these people took action and tried to stop that, at the end of the day, this is course correction. Hey, you were meant to be on your purpose. I'm on my purpose. I was meant to file this PPO against this one person, because this one person is destined and fated to be wherever he needs to be. Jail, I already know it, but jail and losing it all. But at the end of the day, maybe, deep down, his soul knows that. So what is he going to do? He's going to fight like tooth and nails, because he doesn't want to go down that path. He chose the wrong path. He had two options. He could have left that alone. He could have left me alone. He didn't have to follow me around, steal from me, and do all these weird little acts of things. He could have done it either to someone else, but for some reason his soul is attracted to me for some reason, right? Maybe we have a life. He's technically my karmic partner. I already know that. He's been released from my energy definitely about a year ago, but he won't let go, and he's holding on. And because he can't latch on, he's freaking out, because his soul doesn't know where else to go. Anyways, because he doesn't want to, because he didn't want to love himself and heal himself, now he's going to step into the unknown, and it's his turn now. Everything he did to me will now go back to him. Now he's going to have to lose everything. Everything he took from me. Now he's going to get it times whatever, because now he's got a karmic debt to pay, because he didn't follow the contract. He did originally do what he was supposed to do. Both lessons were learned, but he became greedy, and power hungry, and allowed some dark force to overtake him, to be manipulated. Now that's between him, God, and whoever's entity he's taken on. So anyways, let's move forward. But I know that resonated out there for someone else, and you'll be like, oh, okay, now I get it, and you didn't do anything wrong. You're fine. We're not being punished. Just remember, the one that is more awakened, a lot of these other people around you, or these soul contracts that have to end, especially if you're dealing with a twin flame, there's always going to be one party that is more awakened, and you chose to be that person. And these people either have a choice to awaken and rise with you, or not. They're going to go the other way, right? Because they don't want to face the truth. They don't have the strength, and they don't want to have, which they all have, the strength inside of them, because we are all one. And if I have the strength to look in the mirror and say, okay, so does everyone else. It is hard. It is very hard. In fact, even though I have healed so many parts of myself, no one's ever going to be 100% truly healed, because we don't know what we went through in our past lives either. So anyways, let's just move forward. We're just here having human experiences. But guess what? We are going to get our wish fulfillment. Why? Because nobody wanted to work with you. These people wanted to come up against you. And now they know it. And they know you're going to get your wish fulfillment. Remember, these people, they feed off of your energy. They see your light. You don't even see your own light half the time. I don't. You might find people staring at you a lot longer than normal, like, you know, in public. People can feel your energy before you even can. So you got a wish fulfillment coming in. And these people around you that didn't want to work with you, that wanted to come up against you, they know. And now a judgment call has been made. You also might have to make a choice. This is for the collective. Maybe you need to choose you. Anyways, the Queen of Wands came out. And this is usually typically fire sign energy here. Or typically a younger female who's vibrant, sexy, and very creative. Maybe you have something creative to make. You chose your purpose, you know. You are standing in your truth and you're standing in your purpose. A lot of you already know that and you don't need to look any deeper. Ooh, a lot of you are going through some sort of spiritual growth at this time. You will come into happiness. You are going to be very, very happy about something, okay? So just be patient with your growth at this time. If you are an earth sign or you resonate with the Queen of Pentacles, female energy, Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're a businesswoman, you got your shit together, you love nature, you're laid back. There's something you don't need to look into anymore, and people are going to be blocked from you. Your energy is going to be blocked from a lot of people, and this is the divine's doing. Also, if you are the Queen of Wands, that is also going to be for you as well. If you resonate with the Queen of Wands energy, your energy is going to be blocked off from some sort of source, because people try to, like, let's say, stalk you in a sense. They're not going to be allowed to stalk you anymore. And they're going to freak out. But these are all good changes that are occurring. We have the Tower in the upright position. But there is still something that we don't know. We don't have that piece, you know, that puzzle piece yet. Some of you don't even know that the contracts have been broken. Somebody might actually be going through a divorce at this time. This person's going to be in regret. A lot of these people who now the contracts are broken, they are going to be in regret. Why? They're either going to jail or spiritual jail. Or they're trapping themselves in their own mental prison. This is psychological warfare, okay? So psychological warfare is upon us. Psychological warfare is when somebody messes with your mind so much that it imprisons you, okay? And then you can't get out of your own mind, okay? There's a phone call that's going to change everything, or maybe you need to talk to someone if that is you and you're in your own mental prison, okay? But there is a phone call that is going to change everything. Why? Because contracts are broken, karmic contracts are broken. There are some males out there, could be air sign energies, doesn't have to be, but we got a Queen of Swords in the reverse, and now we have the King of Swords in reverse. So there are still a few females and males that are still lying to themselves or lying about you. You know, it's still somebody in our energy. And it could be you lying to yourself about something, but whatever it is, you're not going to fight with these people. Don't fight with that type of energy. It is going to end, or like I said, the death of the situation. Maybe someone is going to die. Why? Because the truth is going to come out, or these people didn't want the ties to be severed, but the truth is coming out. I feel like the truth already has come out, and that's why these people are freaking out. I know, like my last couple readings, I said there are people out there that are being haunted by the things that they did to you, and they don't want to be truthful and honest with themselves about it, but they have to. In the meantime, while the truth already came out, you already walked away from everything. You might, as you were walking away and letting go of things, now people are in their feels. Someone might actually try to come back to you from the past to want to be aggressive. They might aggressively try to reconcile with you. Remember, if someone's trying to be forceful, there is a motive behind that, okay? This person left you out in the cold. He or she might have ghosted you, but he's looking to have some sort of like celebration, he or she, some sort of celebration. Also, there is a Queen of Wands, could be a water sign. Doesn't have to be, but I'm Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups in reverse. Maybe a Queen of Wands has a Queen of Cups in reverse, or maybe you are being one. Take the energy as you see fit. But there is a woman in your surroundings that's not loving and kind. She's usually very manipulative, and she does things to only better for herself. She doesn't do things for other people. Only things for herself. Okay? She's very selfish energy. You need to protect yourself from that person. Bottom of the deck. Water sign male, doesn't have to be, but if you are a male that is not emotionally available at this time, you're not giving love, but maybe you are in a contract or you're married, but you haven't been paying attention to love. All you care about is work. But the divine is going to step in and you're going to have a choice. You don't see it coming, but a choice is going to come up. You might need to apologize or something from your childhood. But written communication is coming in, and you are going to have to make an offer. Okay. Some of you will be getting a stable offer. The ones that are going to get a stable offer, if you are an earth sign male, or you resonate with the King of Pentacles. And if you are a fire sign male and you resonate with the upright King of Wands, so the upright King of Pentacles, upright King of Wands, you have a new stable offer. It could be a job offer coming in, and you do need to make your final decision on that. Some of you might actually have a heart-to-heart talk about it, but you are being guided to walk away from something. Also, you two males energy, you might need to walk away from some sort of betrayal and leave that behind, because it happened in the past. You're not brokenhearted over it, but it's going to come back. It had something to do with money, but you already see very clearly that you're not going to be struggling. But you are going to be judged for putting some sort of work and effort in. And maybe the two of you, because now you're in your upright position, you're going to be putting work and effort into the Empress. And the Empress right now is by herself. She's the Nine of Pentacles. All she needs is one more pentacle. Anyways, the Empresses make everything beautiful. You might need to help an Empress out because a lot of people wanted her to hit rock bottom. But Empresses, if you are these two women out here, if you resonate with the Nine of Pentacles or you resonate with the Empress energy, maybe you did hit rock bottom, but guess what? That cycle is now over, and you are going to be traveling to go somewhere. Also, you're going to have to speak your truth out on some sort of injustice that happened to you, and you do know that. And you also need to know you didn't do anything wrong, but you have been released from that cycle. But you need to speak your truth about it, because you're going to be helping out other people that you don't even know. Okay? That is the energy that I have for today. Anything else we need to know before we move forward? Just that a cycle is now completing, the truth is coming out, and let go of the emotional feelings. Okay? It's time to walk away from all the emotional feelings, because that's what the energy is being asked to do. The number 4 is significant, maybe something from April, 4 o'clock, 4 days. As far as the energy goes, it might feel like a little stagnant, but you do know what direction you're going to. Actually, you might be a little stagnant or feel that way because you're waiting on a reward to come in. It is coming in very slowly. It's like a reward, an opportunity. It could be a person, but like I said, pay attention and be open to receive, because once this reward comes in, it's like, boom, you're going to be moving full speed, okay? And you're going to be moving towards happiness, better days, and sunshine for some reason. Egypt is very significant. And for some reason, RH negative blood. The bloodlines of RH negative. I'm RH negative blood. Maybe you're going to find out. There's a lot of people have been talking about RH negative bloodlines, and maybe you'll find out. A lot of us don't know because where it came from, but there's a lot of conspiracies out there, but maybe, we'll know the truth. There has been some blockages on a deal, but that blockage is being removed, and a lot of us are entering new soul contracts. Again, this has something to do with Egypt. This also has something to do with once you get into this new contract, it's going to bring in peace and happiness and harmony. All right, something flew. Maybe somebody's going to like bolt out of here. I'll be right back. Something might hit the ground and fall apart. And when I went to go pick it up, underprivileged. Someone is going to be left with nothing. Children are going to be significant. Whoever has been greedy, arrogant, spirit of greed. Somebody wanted to leave you with nothing, and now that's going to backfire. Children are healing from something that made them sad. Children are going to be very happy. I don't know why. Something with children and happiness is very significant. Maybe, yeah, children again. Something with children are going to be very significant. They're going to be very happy. I think some children are going to be moving. Maybe there's a child or children that have a really good idea. But whatever it is, the energy with children are going to start picking up. The number 6 is significant. 6 days, 6 o'clock. June. The number 12 is also significant. December. Some of you are going to be leveling up and moving into a new house. Some of you that are lonely now, tables are turning. If you are by yourself, you're now going to be partnered up with someone. Males, if you, again, tables are turning for a lot of males. The energy is going to start picking up. Why? Because balance. Males, make sure you are in your integrity, because the scales are out. So basically the universe is going to try to bring balance back into your life. And the only way that they can do it is by you staying in your integrity, okay? You are going to receive justice and things are going to balance itself out. Maybe you did not get the reward you thought you were going to get, but you are going to be very happy about it. There is a religious, some sort of religious, I'm not going to say cult. I want to say cult, but some sort of religion, how about that, is going to cause an injustice, and the truth is going to come out. We might see that in the next few days. Somebody cut ties with a dark spirit. Good job. Congratulations on that. Many of you are waiting for a reward to come in. Many of you might be worried that you're going to fail or fall or lose something. Let it go, because you have better days are coming ahead. The number 1 is significant. 1 day, 1 o'clock, being one with yourself is very important, especially if some of you cut ties with a dark entity. Now you'll be able to be more at one with yourself. And when you're at one with yourself, now you have peace. I'm going to stop right there because that's a good place to stop. I have more dice coming in. So hopefully things will start changing up. Anyways, let's let go of something and then we'll end this reading. This energy is asking us to let go. Let's let go of something from the Declare and Decree deck. What do we need to let go of? All right, something's just going to allow things to just fall apart. Things might be like a puzzle. Here we go. We got one. All blockages, internal and external, that prevents me from experiencing a healthy love life is now destroyed and cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All blockages, internal and external, that prevents me from experiencing a healthy love life is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Let that go. Thank you. All right, let's end this beautiful reading. I did not mean to make it this long, but it's been fun and I liked it. Let's get one last card and end this beautiful reading, and you guys have an amazing weekend. Definitely let go. The number 3 came out, signs and messages, all right? Pay attention to signs and messages. Numbers are the universal language, and with the number 3 brings knowledge, inner wisdom, and divine communication and manifestations. You drew this card because your guardian angels are giving you a sign, a message, a symbol of encouragement to pursue one's dreams, or an invitation to trust in your abilities to create the life that they, your spiritual team, want you to live or aspire you to lead. Watch out for distractions. I keep losing my spot, so watch out for distractions, okay? Each number carries its own energy and has a deep symbolic meaning that can guide us to our spiritual journey, offering insights into the mysteries of the universe. Do things come to you in threes? The number 3 holds a sacred place in our hearts and many believers, as it brings balance and harmony to the mind, body, and soul. So try to bring balance to your mind, body, and soul. Each entity represents a different aspect of the divine, yet they are all inseparable and interconnected. The number 3 represents the cyclical nature of existence, with creation, preservation, and then destruction, all being essential components. It symbolizes different aspects of life, such as birth, growth, and death, or the cycles of nature. The power of 3 extends beyond trinities, mythology, and folklore. It adds a sense of balance and completeness to all narratives and even time, meaning past, future, and present. It serves as a teacher guiding us on life's journey. It reminds us of the interconnectedness of all dimensions and realms and the impermanence of life, urging us to embrace each moment and appreciate the precious gifts of existence. Seek balance, honor the cycles of life, and connect with the divine trinity within you to unlock the mysteries of the universe and nurture your soul on the path of enlightenment. Pay attention to signs and synchronies at this time, okay? Well, that's all I have for everybody today. Good luck, release, let go, and, watch out for explosions. Things are gonna explode in the next few days. So good luck, take care of yourself, definitely protect yourself, and definitely take care of your body and your mind. Well, like I said, the number 3, right? Mind, body, and soul. So bring yourself to one. That's all I have for everybody today. Until we meet again, namaste.